Okay guys, we're gonna dive into much needed transformation that we're supposed to do in the last video, but I forgot to do that, so I'm gonna do it in this one. So in this one, we're gonna add URP, Meta XR Platform SDK, Skybox, light map, and player settings. So let's go. First of all, I'm just gonna go to Unity Asset Store and download Meta XR Platform SDK, accept, and open it in Unity. Hit install and wait for a few minutes. Window gonna pop up, just read them all, and I go with the this one enable, and this one you can send or you don't send, doesn't matter, and then restart editor. And before we keep going, just make sure you are in Android platform. So first, if you just create a project, you're in Windows platform, you have to change it to this. Just change that to ASTC and then select the switch button on the right bottom and you are in the Android platform, and then you can keep going. Next and the most important package is URP package, which I'm going to Unity registry and download it from here. There we go. Hit install and wait for it. And there are gonna be samples in it. I'm gonna import that one too. There are gonna be a few stuff in there. I'm gonna use them later on. Next thing will be a Skybox. If I just search here Sky, I don't see them. Yeah, I'm gonna show you in the package store. So this one is the Fantasy Skybox free. You can open it into your package manager and hit download, but I already have it, so I'll just go import. I'm just gonna import them all. If you know which one you want, just choose it from here, but I'm gonna import them all, and that's it. After switching to URP, you need to go to rendering and renderer pipeline converter. So here you have to convert everything exist into your project to URP. So I'm just gonna initialize and convert. After conversion, you'll see a few materials are broken, or either you have to create one or fix them. So I'm just gonna create a few ones, which I'm gonna create a red color, then drag and drop it into the broken one, you're good to go. So even without having too much objects in the scene, you can feel that the quality has been changed and it's much better right now. And next, I'm just gonna choose a new Skybox, which if I go to rendering, lighting, and environment, and you can here choose the Skybox. Let's see, where are those Skybox? If I scroll all the way up, maybe around here, I'm just gonna choose randomly. It's awful. I don't really like it. I'm just gonna choose another one. Gonna choose this one. This one is better. Yeah, I guess this one is good. I'm gonna close it. Close this window. Sorry, just close it. And I'm just gonna create another material for the ground. Black. I don't like the plane actually. I'm just gonna delete this one and create another cube and scale it up and use it as a plane. Maybe 100. Or maybe 200. 100 is small. There we go. And the position, I have to restart the position to 0, 0, 0. On the y-axis, it should go a little bit under the player. So this one is a bit too much. Maybe minus 0.5 would be good because the y is 1. So that should be half of it, which is great. And I'm just gonna duplicate these boxes to just have a very beautiful map. I'm always good in designing maps like this. Very beautiful. There is only one thing left, which you have to go to XR plugin management. On the Android, you have to choose Oculus, and also in Windows, you have to choose Oculus too. And the rest should be really fine. Let's just check them. This one is multi-view, which is correct. Just gonna close them all and hit play. There we go. So the reason is because we changed the platform to Oculus, to XR to Oculus, and that's why we crashed Unity. And if you just come back to Unity, everything should be fine. Yeah. Let's see. Come back and hit play. Yeah, we didn't crash, and yeah, just particle effects is broken, and also I forgot to fix that ground. I didn't change the material. I'm gonna fix that one too. So first thing, I'm just gonna come back, change that red one to just change the name to black. And also don't forget to drag and drop it into the scene again. Yeah, there we go. Our ground is good. Next, let's fix the particle system. So if you just open the jetpack prefab, Particle system, if you go down, renderer, and then material, I'm just gonna choose the default particle, which I'm not really sure which one is the good one, but I'm gonna come back to it later. In the color or lifetime, I'm just gonna increase the alpha to 215 a little bit, and then for the simulation space, I'm just gonna change it to local. I found this one more interesting than the other one. And max particle 200 is enough in this case. 500 is too much, and we increase the alpha so you can decrease the number of particles so you can see them actually. So if I just hit play, let's see how does it look right now. And the particle looks okay, but the material is not good. We have to fix the material, and also the ground is too dark. It's a bit weird. It's just very pure black. It's awful. So let's just go more gray here. This one is better, but also this one is a bit dark. I'm just gonna go a little bit more, maybe here. Now that's the time to fix the particle system. And as you remember, we had changed the particle system material, but when we played the scene, we didn't see any changes. And the reason is, if you come to the scene, you shouldn't have any overrides here. We changed that value before, and if I close it, you'll see a blue thing on the material. And if I revert it, that blue line is just gone. It means that right now, that one is following the prefab. And also, if you go to the other hands particle system, you'll find the same problem. I've overridden this value. I'm just going to revert it. And now this one is following our prefab. I'm just going to bring it up a little bit because Unity plays two particle system at the same time. I don't want that happens. I just want to see them individually. And that's I'm just going to change that material to something else like this. This is the one that I was looking for. I'm just going to add it to the jetpack prefab. And about the transform, I go to modify component, revert. There we go. And yeah, you're good to go. I think everything is finished about the particle system. You can hit play. Let's see how does it look. Here we go, you have the particle system ready, you can fly around, and there is a few stuff left that we are going to manage, like these shadows. They're crazy, we're going to fix them, we have to bake the map and stuff. But before fixing that, I just want to organize my folders. I just gotta drag and drop a script into resources and also our prefabs, and actually our scenes too, but we have to wait for recompiling our scripts. And also, I'm just going to go in resources and create another folder called material or materials, doesn't really matter. And drag and drop my material from here in there. And that's the time to work on the quality setting after that. So open up layer setting and go to Oculus. You'll see some outstanding issues and recommended items. So I'm just going to fix all the issues and apply all the recommended items. And yeah, you can do it manually. You can just go through your project settings and fix them all manually one by one. But here you can just hit that apply all and you're good to go. And there is another thing on the windows. This one really doesn't matter that much, which also this one, yeah, you can apply that one too. And if you go to the Windows one here, also there is one single thing here. You can just press fix and fix that one too. I'm just going to show you like an example that there are those. For example, if you go to player setting, this one was the one that we just changed. You can change it to whatever you want, but Meta recommended that one, so I'm just going to keep it like that. And for a scripting backend, I go for IL2 CPP. You can close it, and actually I'm just going to check one more thing that I think I forgot it. If I open it, yeah, this one it's okay. It's ARM64 was the one that I was worried about, and also minimum API, change it to 31, and that's all we need to do here. And if you close that and come back to the scene, there is still a few stuff we need to hook up to make sure this URP asset is working properly, because we added to the project but we never managed it. So let's create a new URP setting. So I'm just going to go to create rendering URP asset with universal renderer. So I'm going to call it quest 2 and open the quest 2. Starting off in quality setting, I'm just going to disable HDR, and anti-aliasing, I'm just going to put 4, and then enable cast shadows. And as you see, nothing has changed. And the reason is we're not using this setting anywhere in our project. We just made the quality settings, but we never use it. So if you go to edit project setting, and in quality, I'm just going to create another one here. I'm going to call it quest 2. and find the quest 2 in the renderer pipeline asset and hit continue. And next go to graphics and do the same thing for scriptable renderer pipeline asset, and you're good to go. And if you come back, now you have a very sharp and beautiful shadows, which we are going to make it even better. Now I'm gonna very quick illustrate how the system works. So for example, you're in the game and you have a gun in your hand, which is not static because you're moving, and you wanna see the shadow on the ground. So this system calculates the distance between the shadow and your camera. And if you're too far, it's just gonna give you a very low detail shadow. And when you're too close, it's gonna give you a very good detail. So that's how you can optimize your shadows for non-static objects. Imagine you wanna make a multiplayer shooter game and you wanna make sure everybody has a shadow, even they are far from you, and you wanna see them if they are behind the wall or they're walking out of the room. You can just increase that max distance so you are gonna be able to see them when they are far from you. But in our case, I'm just gonna put 50 and that's good enough. And if I go to the renderer, I'm just gonna disable post-processing and disable transparent receiver shadows. Yeah, I believe that was everything that we needed for the quality setting in the runtime. And there is only one thing left, which we have to bake the map. I'm going to make these cubes static to be able to bake them. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to select them all and go to static and hit static. And now all of them, they are static now. So if I go to edit, if I go to window, rendering, lighting. Yeah, you can see here we do not have any light setting asset. You can choose one of them or you can create a new one, which I'm going to create a new one. You can change the name later. And for now, for light map setting, I'm just gonna go for very low resolution bake because we just wanna bake very fast. At the end of the project, we're gonna increase the quality and for everything. And we're gonna bake that one, gonna take us for 2 hours. But right now, we're just gonna make it in 1 minute. And also the processing, I'm just gonna make it with GPU. It's a little bit faster. Because it's just a prototype, really doesn't matter, guys. Later on, I'm just gonna talk about it again later when we design the map and everything at the end. We increase the quality and everything, then we bake the map again. And as you see now, the baking is finished. And if I move this box, you can see a very small black thing on the ground, which it shows that you baked the map there. And make sure your object is static, otherwise you're not gonna bake your shadow. And hit play, let's see how does it look. Look at the shadow of the controller. It's like not too good. And if I go to the quality again and I increase the cascade count, you'll see now I have a very better shadow on the ground. And that was the one that I was looking for. Now I'm just gonna put my headset and see the results. I'm just gonna open up this window so you guys can see it better. First, I'm just gonna test my particle system. Everything seems good. And fly around. Yeah, you definitely can see the difference after you do these changes. That's all for this video, and in the next video we're gonna see how we can actually fire with our gun. And yeah, that's basically this. We're gonna fly around, and longer you hold, you're gonna have a larger explosion. And yeah, that's all we're gonna do in the next one. So I'm really happy to have you guys here. If you wanna give me a support, just like and subscribe, and that's it. So see you guys in the next one. Bye.